Alright, we in there. I forgot to fix my hair again. Well, whatever. I mean, it's not like I shaved either. Yeah, it's been kind of a lazy weekend for me. It's just been a really rough week. Um, and I know I complain about that every week. Every stream I complain about how awful the week is, but really, it honestly does feel like that. It does feel like every week is worse than the last. Just been really stressful. So, I'm for those of you who have watched my stream before, you already know this, but I work in education, and right now I'm kind of in the middle of changing stations. And during this very slow, very agonizing transition, I've been asked to jump through a lot of hoops. Where, like, the job I'm doing right now, I've been bumped down from full time to part time. Because since both of these jobs are in education, I just get the one paycheck that's like the lump sum of all my work in both of those jobs. And they decided that I was working too many hours. So they decided to bump me down on one of my jobs. And that sounds cool on paper, right? Like work fewer hours, you should be less stressed, right? I basically get like a nice big chunky like lunch break now. But in practice, it just means you got to do the same job in less time. And like, again, I want to make it clear that I'm not complaining about the jobs. The jobs are great. I love those jobs. It's just doing them both at the same time, and then also doing this and making time for all of the things in my daily life. That's all that it is. So I don't want to come off as complaining about my jobs. I'm very grateful for them. It's just tough. It's tough. And so this past weekend, I haven't done like any editing or anything like just because I haven't been feeling it, like, straight up. Like, I don't even really have a more complex excuse than that. Just like, I'm not vibing right now. I was exhausted all day yesterday and did almost nothing. Only thing I did was go out and try and get some fried chicken for dinner. And then I found out, the fried chicken place that I was going to go to, it's still under renovation. So I picked up a personal real quick. I got half sweet and sour, no pineapple, and half spicy Caribbean chicken. And it was actually really, really good. So I was pleased with that little compromise right there. So, yeah. Man, it really does feel like it's been a while, though. Even though I streamed just last Saturday. Not that you'd know. I'm sure for my viewers, it feels even longer for them because, like, oh man, the hits really did keep on coming last week. Pretty much as soon as I stopped streaming, because those who keep up on my socials will know that we had a stream planned. It was like an Easter stream, but not really. Like, I didn't want to stream on Easter Sunday. I streamed on Saturday, but I streamed something that was tangentially Easter themed. It was I was wrapping up the Devil May Cry anime, and the main villain is the White Rabbit. Rabbit, Easter, whatever. But yeah, and we did do that stream, but then almost as soon as it wrapped up, we lost visibility. And I just thank God that it was not a straight up copyright strike. That would have been horrible. It's just they like limited visibility to nothing. But hey, I'll take that. Okay, I'll take that over a copyright strike any day. And honestly, I wish there was more of that on YouTube, because that is a very diplomatic solution. Like, we won't strike you. We'll just, stop anyone from being able to see what you're doing and give you a chance to like fix it. And I'll tell you what the problem was as I tweaked the chat. Oh, I got caps lock on. No. One piece? No. Do one piece. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I lost visibility, and here's the problem was, I don't even really remember why I did it, but I cranked up the opacity. Opacity? I cranked up the opacity for the video itself, so let me just... Nope. Try to pull something up in full screen, it starts playing automatically. Let me switch over to this. See, this is where we usually are. Look at like the wavy white lines right here. Normally we hover somewhere between 50 and 66% opacity, and then we've got the little copyright shield on top of it, or filter, or whatever you want to call it. It goes back and forth between like 50% and 66%. Is this update in real time? Maybe it would help if we used like a brighter picture. So let me do it like this. Bam. So that's what it normally looks like, right? Let me crank up the opacity. This is 50% opacity. This is 66% opacity. But for that stream, the Devil May Cry anime stream, we had it cranked all the way up to 75%. And that was way too visible. It was too visible, and also like it was not cropped properly. It's cropped now, but it was goofed up. So let's dial that back down, all the way down to 50%. And there you go. Now it's fixed. Now it probably shouldn't be so bad. But yeah, that was why. And we don't play audio. I've been meaning for a while to play with like audio filters so I can like have audio but not really. Like audio is a tricky situation on YouTube. They're very sensitive, very vigilant. If there's any copyrighted audio, that sets them off way more than copyrighted video. But let's turn that off for a bit. I don't know if Jaren's here yet. Jaren's supposed to be joining us in chat at some point. By the way, some good news is Twitch is working again. Yeah. It had been pretty borked for like a couple weeks, where like it just didn't play nice at all. Like it would say that we're online, but it would also like say that we're offline. I don't know. We were streaming, but there was a black screen, like nothing was happening. Then I would turn off the stream, and then the VOD would show up out of nowhere. So, like, is it recording? Is it streaming? Is it not? It's just like, I don't know. It's a shell. It's been a shell game, but now I think it's just smooth sailing. I flipped this little switch in OBS. We streamed to Twitch, and it's not more complicated than that. And I like that. I like things not being complicated. Anyway, I don't know if Jaren's here yet. I don't know when he's going to be here, so I figured just real quick before he joins us, I would squeeze in this little One Piece chapter right here. Do, 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 do. Bam. Whoa. Whoa. OBS freaking out a little bit. I accidentally clicked and dragged something. I really need to replace this mouse. This is so bad. And not just because it's a gaudy gamer mouse that looks like Raiden from Metal Gear Rising or Vengeance. It's been really fumbling. Like the whole click and drag thing it feels more like a suggestion. So I went ahead and got one just like it because I'm into these types of mice. I know they're like a meme. I know people hate them. They think they're like really corny looking, but I absolutely dig them. But yeah, new One Piece. And we got a new Shonen Jump cover that's got Luffy on it. And oh boy, what is that controller? He's got no analog sticks. That's terrible. But then he's also got like little buttons up here. That's actually kind of cool. I like that. I just don't know about the whole, no analog sticks thing. That's a crazy looking controller. That's a Mad Catz controller right there. So that's neat. And Oda says, I finished the 7 Men and Women Summer and Autumn series. They were fun and exciting despite how dated they felt. Okay. No idea what he's talking about. And that's pretty par for the course, usually. 1147, the things we find scary. More of this side story I don't really care about. Raizio, the daimyo of Udon, expresses gratitude. Okay, that's cool, I guess. But here we go, a little flashback with Saul. Robin, Chopper, Hyde. I've seen him before. He's a god's knight, huh? Is my mic close enough? Let me scoot it over here. Get it more front and center. They're immortal. We can't beat them. For the children's sake, you've got to stay hidden and wait for the right moment. The survivor of Ohara. Well, I guess there were 2 of you, huh? The Marines sure dropped the ball there. What am I looking at? What is this? Is this person holding like a big spiked club? There's thorns everywhere. I guess it's Summer. So that's Summer's thing, right? He's got the thorns. Gunko, you done rounding up the Straw Hats? Are we bringing them back with us? He's got the... I've been paying attention to the logo for God's Knights, and it's very strange to me. It looks less like a world government thing and more like a... Well, it looks like a Jolly Roger. It's very weird, very hostile. It's got what looks like crossbones and then little horns on it. Interesting. Interesting design. I wonder what the inspiration for that is. Summers, you dolt. You know we aren't here to provoke Straw Hat Luffy, right? We are to carry out our mission and go back home. Okay, so as tough as these guys are, they are not ready to square up with Luffy. Okie dokie, so they can't be that tough, and I guess I didn't necessarily expect them to be super tough. This ain't like Egghead, where it was just like overwhelming numbers, overwhelming power, mythical Zoans everywhere, Seraphim being ridiculous. Yeah. Hold on a second. This is bothering me. It bothers me that my mouse pad is all like scrunched up. And by the way, yes, you're probably noticing that my voice is still kind of scratchy. It's been very slow recovery. I still got this thing going on where every time I sneeze, my ears hurt. I don't have the horrible, like, crushing pain in my throat anymore, but my voice still needs some work. It's definitely stronger than it was last week. Which, I mean, all things considered, like, as much as I don't like losing visibility on my stream, like, I wasn't particularly proud of that stream anyway. Like, I was just kind of enduring the end of that anime. It was so arse. And I didn't even... I felt like I didn't even really have a lot to say. I was just like, what a piece of crap. And then my voice was shot, so yeah. Hopefully by next stream, it'll be back to 100%, huh? Let's see, Grr, how dare they do that to Saul? And they took Colin, too. How could you let this happen, Jinbei? I thought we'd be good with you here. Quit making a racket. I'm trying to think. I wonder, how do we handle this ability? That lady is scary. I thought I was a goner. That woman. No, it couldn't be. Hold on. Brooke, you know this pantsless woman? Who the... What? Hold on a sec. Before I go any further, I just want to do like a quick... Whoop. Don't want to spoil future content for this stream, but hold on a second. I just wanted to look real quick at the stream preview to make sure everything is hunky-dory. Go to my channel. Click on this right here. Twitch. No. Ooh, no, don't do that. Let's close the whole window. Hello? Oh my gosh, it's freaking out. No. Go to my channel. Oh my gosh. Okay, everything's good. Just wanted to double check. Okay. It's funny, this is my first time really seeing Jinbei run into some friction with the crew. Or they were counting on him to be, you know, his usual invincible self. Then Jinbei's not having any of their criticism. But yeah, apparently Brooke knows this woman. Yeah, she's back, the zombie lady. Yeah, Brooke. You there, huh? Your life will be devoted to making music for me. You belong to me. Huh? Oh my gosh, is she like a Brooke fan? Is this gonna be like a thing? Because she was listening to music on her headphones last chapter, right? Or maybe that was the chapter before that. Is she actually like... she into Brooke's music and she's gonna take him? And somehow this is... and somehow Brooke's familiar with her. What the... she knows Brooke's music? No way. She's a Tenryubito and a Soul King fan? That's one hell of a groupie. Hey Gunko, cut that out. I'm not in the mood to pick a fight with a Yonko here either. Let's finish the job. Wow. I don't know why, but I never expected that to be like a plot point ever. Especially not here. What a strange thing to splice into all this action. Okay. My sincerest apologies, young lady. My captain, Straw Hat Luffy, gave me a second lease on life. Since then, my loyalty has been to him alone. And if refusal means forfeiting your life, I would sooner embrace death than live without honor. Brooke. Arg. Ugh. Wait, what? Did she get injured at some point? Brooke, we good killing him? Yeah, go ahead. Can you hear me, warriors of Elbaf? Who's that? A transmission? For a second, I thought that was that weird pumpkin-headed guy from Big Mom's crew. I'll bet by now you're feeling the pressure from all these abnormalities. This is our handiwork. I'm the dagger of the Holy Land Morij-Wazi, summer of the gods' nights. Oh my gosh, is that like a dog spider? How horrible. Artisan Village, Southeast Region, Realm of the Sun. Marichoisi. So they're with the world government? What do they want? Chief, this is broadcasting all over Elbaf. At the moment, they're exposing themselves? Hunter Village, Northwest Region. Are the kids okay? You are probably already aware, but we are currently in the middle of kidnapping 10 children from this country. Wow. Okay. Very brazen in admitting that. Oh yeah, and we've already taken down a certain orange-bearded guy who is trying his darndest to free them. Does thorns have like a face on them? Ew, this devil fruit might be more strange than I expected. Something happened to Mr. Saul? In short, you naively assume those brats would be kept safe, but they're still storming toward our goal. Saul? It's showtime. Too bad we don't have a video feed. Do you remember the names of all the kids we had march out of here? Of course. Alright, then you'll inform the parents. It's about time for the children to wake up from their dreams. Hey, what are we doing walking out here? Where are we going? Don't know, but I bet it's far away. This is Branch 18, the way back home. Yeah, but our bodies are still moving on their own, aren't they? So we're not going home, but I want my mommy, I want my daddy. You can't see them. We've been kidnapped. What? Calm down, I'm here. I'm not like you weaklings, I'm a warrior. Yeah, it's a monster and a ghost. Colin, help. It's a ghost with a very fashionable hat. Actually, it looks a lot like Page 1's hat. You know, when he was at the fire festival and he was dressed all weird and alternative. Yeah. Saul seems to have been taken out. Turned back. We're going to rescue the kids. Chiefs, about that. The ship has sprung a leak, and we've got broken oars. Damn it. What's this creature supposed to be? Not sure. Some kind of beastly woman? Looks kind of like my missus. You're in for a beating. The one over there looks like my wife. Huh? Hang on. Aren't these things just the kids' fears come to life? Say, Bent's your kid, right? Yeah. So, if what Bent finds scary is his mom, then that means they're mothers. Oh, wow. Oh, golly. Yeah, this is my mom when I was like 10 years old, and I would act a fool and knock over something made of glass. What? Anyone would be scared by that, even us. Yeah, we can't do this. Our spirits aren't strong enough. Who am I kidding? I still do that, like, as an adult. I don't even remember how long ago it was, but it was like, I don't know, maybe it was like 20-something. I was getting something from my mom off of, like, the top shelf of, like, a cabinet somewhere, and she was right in the middle of telling me to be careful when I had already, like, slightly bumped into what is apparently the most fragile thing in the world. Next to, like, soap bubbles. Some tiny little glass, I think it was like a gravy boat or something, and it had sentimental value. It belonged to, like, someone she loved that had passed away or something, and she freaked out. And, like, I didn't know what to say. Like, if there was something up there, if there was, like, a little, like, landmine that was gonna go off if I got anywhere near it, that would have been nice information to have before I started reaching up there and fumbling around and looking for her thing. So she had a freak out, and I just took a walk for a while and let her cool down, but eventually we smoothed things out. Anyway, we can't do this. Our spirits aren't strong enough. Oh, wow. That's good. That's really great. I love this panel here. I love everything that's going on. Hold on a second. Is that? No, this is... I forget which is which, Oyumo and Kashi. For a second I thought this was one of them and he had grown a mustache, but he's over here. I'm sorry for always going out drinking, Mom. Ma, I shouldn't have forgotten to take out the trash. Forgive me for eating the honey cake meant for our guests. Jeez, this is bad. The island clouds have drifted away. We're going down. Yeah. The ship of the mighty giant warrior pirates just crashed. Some strong dream demons got them. The odds seem to only get worse for these brats. Oh my gosh, it's actually sleep paralysis demons. Look at this goofy critter. Is that actually like a living thing? Let's keep this brief. I am now addressing the legendary warrior Mountain Beard Jaw. I keep forgetting his name is Jaw Rule. No, Dorian Broggy couldn't have. Seeing as the king's gone, you will speak for Elbaf. It can't be. The giant warrior pirate Sval crashed? That font is a little rough. I hope the chiefs are safe. Let's hurry. It doesn't help that I still don't know what a Sval is. And now my concentration is just broken because Ripley's on panel, on page, on screen, whatever you want to call it. I hope the chiefs are safe. Let's hurry. Our goal is simple. You giants will serve as our battle thralls. Otherwise, we'll see just how valuable these brats are as hostages. I'm sure you're all curious about the 10 kids and where they're going, right? I am thinking about that one time in Ennie's lobby where they pretended to have Dorian Broggy captive and use them as hostages. So this tactic has precedent for working. You can talk giants into doing all sorts of stuff by taking hostages. Those guys were, what, they were servants of Ennie's lobby for like 50 years before they realized they were being played. And, oh boy, we gotta break out the map now. Very simple map this time. You know, it's not like trying to keep track of all the, like, 50, 100, 200 players in Onigashima with, like, super detailed, like turnarounds of this crazy 3D map with the left brain tower and the right brain tower and yada yada, you know, the basements, etc., etc. Let's see. I do like the cute little illustrations, though. I like Gunko with her beady eyes. And Ripley. So that's where the little... I think this is where the school is. And then here's the nice village, and here's the castle. Okay. Oh, they have, like, helpful little... I should really actually read these text boxes. Okay, but I have the names of the kidnapped children. The first one is Ylva. Ylva, my great-great-granddaughter? Oh, yeah, that's Lord Charul. Wait, that's your great-great-granddaughter? Daggone. Oh, she's cute. But, I guess I didn't really think about that. The fact that these giants live for so long. Like, I get to see quite a few generations of their families. Next we have Scotty. We're helpless. Olaf. Oh my gosh, freaking Olaf. I can't hear that name without thinking about that obnoxious snowman character from Frozen. That was the number one thing that turned me off from ever watching that, was just I couldn't stand looking at Olaf's stupid face. He was just the ugliest, most annoying looking character I'd ever seen. Anyway, a dream. This is just a dream. Captain, that's my grandson. Ouch. Colleen, I have the worst luck. Colleen has kind of a pointy nose. And we know the red-haired pirates have been here. On more than one occasion. Including Yassop. I'm just saying. Just saying. Mug. I know I'm strong, but I can't stop. Rania? It's okay. Everything will work out in the end. Why did it have to be my daughter? They were on branch 8, right? I'll go save her myself. Bent. Bent. What a name. Bent. Mama's gonna be so mad. Johanna, at least you have parents. Bjorn. Just save me at least. It was just those 9, but later on, another was taken because he came to save his friends. You suck, Bjorn. How can you say something like that? Sorry. The little warrior, colon. He makes 10. Huh? Colon? You hear that, Ripley? Our boy sure is something. Oh shoot. Which text box should I read first then? Now we'll make our demands. Listen closely, Albaf. This isn't the time to brag. Warriors have no need for schools. They don't need libraries or their pointless history either. Set them ablaze and swear your allegiance to us. If you don't, we're going to kill off your kids one by one. Help, save us. The hell did he just say? We know where the kids are. Let's go save them. I'll smash them to bits. Oh boy. Burning down the library and the schools? Man, Robin's gonna flip. Remember that one time way back in Skypiea when Yama was like smashing up all those like historical buildings and artifacts and stuff? And Robin just totally lost it. We know where the kids are. Let's go save them. I'll smash them to bits. Eldridge, I'll rule. The choice is yours. Mine. Please wait. That's too cruel. This school is a symbol of Elbaf's peace. And the library not only safeguards our long history, but also the secrets of the world that the scholars of Ohara sacrificed their lives to protect. It doesn't just belong to Elbaf. You sure have a big mouth. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You really let loose that they have all those books that they were trying to burn before. Oh, they're definitely going to try and burn them now. A smooth move, honey. Robin, don't do it. Yes, please. On it. I'm not going to let it happen. An unlikely duo springs into action. Oh man, look at the look in Robin's eyes. She is locked in. Oh boy. And no break this week, or next week, I should say. So let me scope this out real quick. But first, it's getting kind of chilly. Where's my remote? Also, I've been sitting on my feet. My feet are falling asleep. So let's skip this real quick, huh? So I guess we'll stream again on the 4th. You know, same time, same place, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, and you know what? I actually don't feel like a whole lot happened this chapter. We learned a couple things, I guess, like apparently Gunko's a Brooke fan, and Brooke actually knows her somehow. Like, he has this little comment in here, that woman, no, it couldn't be. So was she like a big fan before that he ran into? So we learned that. And then we had like a goofy little joke scene where the giants are scared of their moms. But all in all, I don't actually feel like a lot happened in this arc. It felt very much like it was just here to keep people in the loop. Just letting people know, like, these are the characters, here's where they are, here's where they're going, here's the names of all these kids. And that was a lot of what the chapter was, and also just setting in the fact that the next players to jump into the fray are going to be Robin and Scoper Gibbon. And that's pretty much it. I mean, we got to see a little more Ripley, though. I mean, any chapter that has Ripley in it is automatically awesome. But, whatever. But now I want to move on to the... Actually, you know what? No, I was going to say I want to move on to the main event, but maybe not just yet. because Jaron was supposed to be joining us and he still hasn't. I've got some stuff to show off. Change the text again. I'll just call this goodies, because we got some goodies now. So, what do we got here? So, you know, I've been tackling on a little side project where I've got some old VHSs that I've been trying to convert to DVD with this little bad boy here. Little, what's this called? HT Hones Tech. It's a piece of crap. Because it doesn't work without the software, and the software is on like an old ass hard drive that still has Windows 7 on it. And without the drivers, I can't interact with it at all because my keyboard and mouse won't work. I've tried downloading the proper encoder just to use it on, you know, my new hard drive instead. I've tried downloading the drivers to the old hard drive. Doesn't work. Nothing works. So, I got this instead. It's this capture box. Video capture box. And here's what it is. First off, this packaging is like crazy over-engineered. It comes in a sleeve. You pop it out of the sleeve, and then you still got to take this off. And then stuff goes everywhere like a piñata. And here it is. Bam. Now how's that grab you? See, it's got its own little screeny screen on it. And a little, like, USB jack. And it's got an HDMI port. And it's got aux ports. And it's got the little ketchup and mustard and mayo looking ports on top. So the hope is with this, I can just bypass all the stupid nonsense about passing it through the desktop that doesn't want to play nice, and I can just use this and not even have to deal with, you know, the stupid DVD-Rs here. None of that nonsense. With this, I can just copy all my VHS tapes directly to a USB, and isn't that nice? Honestly, with this gadget, this opens up like a whole new market for me. Now I actually gotta really think about, like, checking out old VHS tapes and turning it stuff I can just load onto a thumb drive and watch whenever I want. This is really cool, and if it works the way it's supposed to, it's gonna be awesome. Really, really awesome. It's always great to, like, come back to a scene that you haven't been a part of in a very long time and seeing how much technology has advanced, because, like, this is something I've been meaning to do for a long time. I used to do this all the time, really, loading up all sorts of VHS tapes onto DVD-Rs. Bam. I guess it doesn't need a... Doesn't it need power? Wait, how do you... Oh, it's just USB-C to C. That's how I do it. Okay. But yeah, that is cool. Look at the little tiny screen on it. I can't wait to see this thing in action. That's gonna be crazy. In fact, I might want to do that on stream. Is this plugged in? Yes, it is. Ooh. You know what? I'm curious. Let's see. Oh wait, where's the cable? Get lost. Get lost. Oh, it comes with its own little cables. Well, I mean, I'm already good. So, more cables, and hey, it comes with its own little remotes. It can go with the rest of them. I've got a whole box full of remotes. There. Come on. Get in there. Get in there. There you go. Right at home with the rest. And then we got a little... Ooh. It's very hard to get open. It's a wall adapter. It can go with the other dozen or so wall adapters. Thank you very much. And then, oh, it's not... I hastily assumed it was USB-C to C. But no, it's C to just... Good old-fashioned 2.0. And, ooh, that is a nice long cable right there. Bam. So, how do I do this? I should have a spare port somewhere down here. This is the cool thing about my like little gaming desk. Is it's got its own USB ports way down there. Come on. Come on, play nice. Golly, which way is it? Billy, knock it off. Ugh. My voice is cracking again. I don't want to do it. Don't want to. Okay, I'm gonna need to get on all fours. We're gonna have to dive down in here. Come on. Ah. Yeah, these ports are really tucked way back in here. And, it didn't want to work. Oh, well. And you're done. Pop this in. Ooh. There it goes. The signal. Well, I mean, I haven't played anything yet. Wait, does this have volume? It does. Oh, I haven't. I didn't actually put it in yet. Ooh. It just popped it right back out. Oh, it's making the sounds. It's making the sounds. Boy, it's been a while since I heard the click-clack of a VCR. And, hey, it's plugged in and it should be playing. But there's still no signal. The red one doesn't need to be plugged in, does it? Because there's no port for around the... Hold on. Because I got all this stuff stacked up on top of my VCR. Now I gotta go turn it around. What's on the flip side? Great. It's another 4 ports, but they're all the same color. I don't get it. I don't. I really, really don't. Oh, this wasn't plugged in all the way. It had fallen out. That's the video. There's the video, there's the audio, there's nothing. Hello? Maybe it needs a thumb drive plugged in. So let's see, what's my biggest, chunkiest thumb drive? 64 gigs. 16 gigs. It's not nearly big enough. Oh, but this one has no. That one's almost like full to bursting. And this one, 128 gigs. Let's give it a spin. Oh, you gotta put it in upside down. Okay. Okay, so the USB is in. It says it's in. It's all lit up all nice, but nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. No signal. Come on, man. What's this button? Audio recording? Settings. Videos? Video. Well, no kidding, eh? What about no? Settings? Oh no, don't make it then be in Mandarin. Okay, back out, back out. It's not doing anything, it just says no signal. It's all plugged in all the way, all the time, but it's... What if I unplug the red one? To where it's just mustard and mayo. Does that help? Does that make it stop being a jackass? I got nothing. Yeah. Nothing. Do I need to select the correct input? Please don't make me have to read the manual. Alright. Time for a little... Oh my gosh. Thanks for that. I just got a face full of dust. Okay, let's try this instead. But I gotta do it like this, because I can barely see audio. Well, which is which, huh? Audio is on audio. Maybe I had them backwards. Not that I even kind of remember how these stupid freaking cables work. I can't tell which one is yellow and which one is white that's been yellowed over the course of decades. I was pretty sure the one on the left was yellow. Oh, that doesn't sound like a good sound. Oh. Nope. Nope, spit it out. Spit it out. Oh, it's because it wasn't turned on. That's why. It turned off for some reason. Maybe it's just too bloody old. This thing, I don't even know. This is not it. This is not the way. I'm almost scared to, like, manhandle this thing too much. Yeah, this is compelling content, huh? Watching me play with a VCR. Whoa! 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 It's going nuts. It's going nuts. But hey, I think I'm actually doing it. Let's do this one. Yes. And we're doing it. Oh my gosh. No, hold on. Turn around. Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. Look, it's doing it. I mean, that looks terrible on stream, but yeah. Peanuts. Oh my gosh, it looks terrible. It is so scuffed up. Well, these are the ads. So the ads, I've like fast forwarded over them like freaking dozens of times, and that really scratches up the tape real bad. But like, holy crap, it's actually doing it. Okay. How do you pause? How do you pause? What? How do you... How? There's no... Whoa. What did I do? I accidentally hit rewind. Man, I'm so clumsy today. Maybe I'm a little too excited because these are like big buttons. I should not be accidentally... No, play. This is the pause button. They hadn't figured out that pause and play should just be the same button, but whatever. Yay! I actually figured out how that works. That's awesome. And I didn't have to read the manual. Which, I don't know. Whatever. I'll keep this handy. Alright, you can get lost. You can... You know, this is a nice box. I should figure out a use for it. I'll worry about that later, because we got more stuff. We got... I hate that. I hate when you throw something light like styrofoam or paper or whatever, and it just blows back in your face. What have we got? We've got... Oh... That's right. It's a beacon. Creator dynamic USB microphone. And I got the arm. The claw. So now I can... Hold on. Let me mute the mic for a second because I'm about to manhandle this mic. See, we won't have to deal with this anymore. I got my little blue snowball, Yeti, whatever it's called. Where's the manual? I had the manual around here somewhere. I think I tucked it away, but yeah, this one's been around for a while. There's not really actually anything wrong with it. I think it's perfectly serviceable. I don't know. I felt a season of renewal coming on. I want to modernize everything, out with the old, in with the new, which is why I got this. I got a Insta360 Link 2. Catchy name. The AI-powered 4K. What is AI about it? Whatever. At any rate, it's got to be better than what I got here. I mean, I really cheaped out on my webcam, but who knows? Maybe with this, I can finally make content that I'm really proud of. Because I've never been too proud of the production quality for Cross H Productions. It's been long overdue for an update, and now I think I've finally saved up enough in the war chest to finally spruce up and modernize and futurify this production. Oh, it is good. It is good to have all that online. Got my stuff here, got my arm, my mic, my camera. I also got this. I'm pretty sure I already showed this off, but hey, check it out. I got a new hard drive and I got an installation of Windows 11. So, I figure, I don't know if it's going to be next Sunday. I bet next Sunday One Piece is going to go on break because this is what, like 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row. We've been getting One Piece pretty steadily. I think we're about due for a break, and I figure on that like break week, I can finally swap everything out. We can undergo the long promised like metamorphosis of Cross Age Productions, where things finally actually have some money. Yeah. And come to think of it, I still haven't really finished updating the graphic design for this channel. I mean, I got the new overlay. You might remember how it used to look, where instead of purple it had sea foam. In fact, I can just pull that up right now. Yeah, this is how it used to look. And then we whip this out, but it still needs more work. Really? Because the intermission screen. Yeah, the intermission screen is still old school. It's still got the old seafoam graphic design. And this thing just freaked out and turned off on its own for some reason. I don't know about that. That's a little scary. Hello? Hello? Okay. That was weird. I just hit the power button and it just spit out the tape for some reason. A little nerve-wracking. And it says that it's got a tape in, even though it doesn't. Hello? Well, whatever. Let's just turn this off. Yes. Hold for 8 seconds to power off and on. Okay. Whatever. That's later. For now, I've also... Hey, I finally got my autographs framed. They don't look great. They're just, cheap little frames from Walmart. I got them 3 for $1. But that's what I like. I don't like picture frames that are too fancy. I like them real basic. So I got the 2 from Dan Southworth, and I've actually had this one hanging out for quite a long time now. One from Johnny Young Bosch. These are going to be part of my Devil May Cry cube. Once that model rocks in here, and I can't wait to show it off because it looks awesome. Speaking of model, check this out because we got a new buddy with us. Let me just gotta. Oh, he's heavy. He is heavy. Hold on a second. I don't want to spoil this. Let me just. Come on. Let's go to intermission while I whip this out. Alright, there we go. We ready? Yeah, it's Bahamut from Final Fantasy X, and he's looking sick. Oh man, I've had my eye on this model for a long, long time. Oh, he's looking good. Although, not quite as good as I was hoping. Like, for one thing, the dimensions are not really what I was expecting. I mean, you've seen, like, the kind of aesthetic we rock around here, right? We're very cube-built around here. And so I was hoping for something that would fit on these shelves. But not this guy. This guy is an absolute unit. He is so huge, and so he just kind of has to chill on top over here just at a frame. Right here next to my... Hold on a second. There. Stay. Right here next to my copy of the FF10 soundtrack. And my signed copy of FF10 Greatest Hits PS2 edition from James Arnold Taylor. So now I've got a little display over here. We got the game on the right, we got the soundtrack on the left, and we got Bahamut right in the middle, just power stancing. So, I mean, he's pretty cool, but not only is he a lot bigger than I thought, and by the way, I freaking hate how so many eBay sellers are not... Hold on a second. I hate how so many eBay sellers are not at all forthcoming with the dimensions of the products that they're selling. They never tell you. You can kind of guess based on like the pictures, but you never know for sure. And I like to be very, very specific when it comes to the dimensions of what I'm buying, okay? Because they gotta fit on these shelves right here. I can't just buy all willy-nilly. These shelves are like 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot. So if I order something and it shows up and it's like 3 feet tall, you know, that's not kosher. So I kind of got screwed over there. It also doesn't help that these wings are not articulated at all. Not even a little bit. They are stiff, and I can see why. It's because his little Buddhist halo, it hooks into the wings. And I guess that's one way to do it, but couldn't you also have just had like a little clear plastic spoke come right out of his spine and attach to the center of the halo instead of having to hook it into the wings? And overall, the articulation is nothing to write home about. Not to mention the fact that he is so awkward, so off kilter, so heavy. Even with the stand, getting him to actually stand up proper is kind of a challenge. I gotta get him to push himself upwards with his legs, and the legs don't want to stay where I put them. So that's the challenge. This model that I got is also quite dirty. I think the seller said that there was gonna... Hold on a second. Something's bothering me. Great, thanks. Stay secure. Prepare for Windows 10 and... No. Oh my gosh, I freaking hate this. I hate this. You guys can't see it, but it's the stupid classic, like thanks a lot, Windows. The classic Microsoft ultimatum where it's like, learn more or remind me later. How about remind me never, because I don't give a damn. Like, why? Okay, calm down. Anyway, yeah. So I think the buyer warned me that there was going to be some dust, but like, golly, this guy needed a bath like right out of the box. And there's also this like, something's been going on here. I choose to believe that's just super glue. Although why there needed to be super glue here, I don't know. But like, that's not good. It's not good, and I'm also not really impressed with the colors. Like, this is okay. I'm not going to complain too much about this. It's still really awesome, but I have the box. And the box, look at these pictures here. This is what he looks like on the box. And let me see if I can hold these both at the same time. Okay. Here's the box. Here's the model. Wouldn't you say that the Bahamut on the box is way more vibrant? Like this is like a navy blue. This is like a midnight blue, and then this is more like a crimson. This is like burgundy, like really dark burgundy. And this is bright gold. This is kind of a pale gold. Maybe it's because, this one's actually used, and maybe the colors are washed out. I don't know. But then, if they were washed out, you would think the colors would be lighter, not darker. I don't know. Feel a little gypped. Just a little bit. But, I bought it. I bought it without knowing for sure what the dimensions were going to be. I bought, the pictures showed me exactly what it was going to look like. And I just wanted it so bad. I've wanted this for a very long time. This is my favorite version of Bahamut from any Final Fantasy. Just look at the guy. He is absolutely beastly and just really gorgeous with all sorts of crazy details going on. So, despite all caveats, I'm still pretty glad to have this guy. I'm still not really sure about the way I've got him displayed right now. I might change that up. But yeah, and of course my options were pretty limited. It was really hard finding one that didn't have any missing pieces. So I mean, this was the most I could really ask for. And I mean, from this and that and the Is It thing up there. We got the Is It logo, and then we got the dragons up there. We are very dragon pilled around here. Big fan of dragons. So finally having my favorite dragon in the battle station in the production house is very appreciated. Okay, I think that's all the little goodies I wanted to show off. But I wanted to dig into. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's dig into the main event, right? So let me. And this is not gonna be a long stream, by the way. I expect this is gonna be very short, 2 hours tops. So, fully reanimated. There you go, 3 exclamation points, because this is epic. This is awesome. And let me open up the chat for this as well, because I want to see this. Because I've actually already watched this once. And I could, about maybe 8 minutes in, I started thinking, I wonder if I want to make this a stream thing. And I decided, I thought about it. I thought, I present myself as well, let's go ahead and get it fired up while I go ahead and talk about this. Okay, hold on a second. I guess the next door neighbor wants to have a freak out. Okay. Are we done? Let's dive into this. Actually, you know what? No, I decided I don't want the chat replay because I don't know what weird unhinged things people are going to say that I don't want, on my channel. How do I close it? There, just full screen it. Get the volume up. It should be on my headphones right now, except, hold on a second. Headphone cable's a little short. Let me give it some slack. There we go. And should I don't know if this is gonna need the shield, because this is all fan animation, but I don't know. Some of it is kind of similar to the whatever. We'll just roll like this. Fire it up. So yeah, Newgrounds. That's still a thing. I did not know about this at all, like at all, at all, at all. And so I was totally caught off guard by this. This was uploaded just yesterday by the Fully Coolly Reanimated channel. And if you watched my last stream, which not many of you did because it has no visibility now because, you know, Netflix, I was planning for this to be a painting stream. That's what we were going to do, but then this came out and totally changed the trajectory of this stream here, because at first I wasn't really sure. Like, I just started watching it, and then 8 minutes in, I asked myself, do I want to make this a stream thing? I don't know. Like, do I have enough to say about this? Or is it just going to just be me staring gobsmacked at this animation? Oh, that's sick. I'm so predictable. I absolutely eat up retro, low poly art styles like that. That is absolutely marvelous. You know, I'm thinking the original Fully Coolly came out in, I think, 99. What I wouldn't give for a Fully Coolly PS1 game. That would be peak. You know, if it's made good. If it's like some weird jank platformer, maybe not. Oh, thanks, ads. Thanks, I did not know. I did not know that was going to be a thing. Okay. I don't remember there being ads the last time I watched this. So that's bad. At some point, I should really just spring for YouTube Premium. Okay, let's try that again. You know what would help? If YouTube still had the freaking yellow lines on the timeline to let you know when there was going to be an ad. Is there any good reason for why that's not still a thing? Oh, the manga style. Yeah, the Fully Coolly manga was ass, but it is cool seeing, like, the anime rendered in manga style. Like, for all the things I complain about with regards to the manga, the art style is not really one of them. I mean, sometimes it's kind of messy. Sometimes it's kind of hard to read, but it's still very stylish. And this, by the way, this style right here is just so sick. Like, this guy, Sneaky Pops, can you please just, like, do models and animations for, like, every video game and every anime ever? Because that is sick. I absolutely eat up cell shading like that. Big cell shading fan. When I eventually become a VTuber, I want to be cell shaded. That's what I want. Like, ever since Beautiful Joe, I've just been absolutely in love with that style. But what was I saying? So yeah, I was kind of on the fence about whether or not I wanted to do, like, check this out on stream. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, I have presented myself as the ultimate Fully Coolly fan. Like, I've got my Fully Coolly Tower of Power in the back. Like, I talk about it all the time. I talk about how big of an influence it's been on me. So how can I not pay homage to this amazing fan project? And again, never heard of this. First time I heard about it was when it came out just yesterday. And so instantly I knew I had to check it out. And yeah, it's pretty sick. As you can see, this is a collaboration between, like, I think they said over 250 animators. And they've really poured their heart and soul into this. It's great to see that Fully Coolly is still loved so much by so many people, so many passionate animators. And it's been such a huge inspiration. Because this anime isn't as niche as it used to be. It's gained some traction. But it's still not, you know, it's still not all the way up there with, like, the big superstars. Like, this ain't no Naruto or One Piece or Bleach or Dragon Ball or Sailor Moon or anything like that. Yeah. And by the way, this is based on episode 5 of Fully Cooley Classic. You know, the best episode. So I was very much stoked about that. I'm kind of glad that they just skipped straight ahead to episode 5. Like, most times when I fire up Fully Cooley, I'll just marathon the whole thing. It's only 6 episodes, right? But if I was going to rewatch one episode, just one, it would pretty much always be episode 5. This episode I'll probably watch twice as much as every other because, well, I mean, look at it. It's got it's got Haruko in a bath towel. Who doesn't love that? So, yeah, this is pretty sick. And by the way, I want to touch on this doubly so in light of, you know, the whole Netflix DMC anime fiasco last time where we lost visibility. This right here, Cross Age Productions, should never, ever, ever be a substitute for just actually watching the thing. So if you want to watch the DMC anime, please, by all means, go watch the anime. Don't watch me watching the anime. That's not what this is. This is me commenting and reviewing something as I watch it. This is why I pause every once in a while to talk about it. This is why I have the filter. This is why I yap and yammer all the time. It's because it's not about what we're watching. It's about my experience watching something and just sharing it with you guys. Right? I never intended this to be like a substitute for watching the DMC anime. This is not a substitute for watching Fully Cooley Reanimated. So please go and support these guys. This is called Fully Cooley Reanimated. It's on the channel Fully Cooley Reanimated. Please go and check it out for real because these guys really worked hard. Like I said, so much blood, sweat, and tears have been poured into this animation. You can see right here. It's amazing. Actually, hold on a second. Let me double check my my opacity setting. Okay, it's at 50. That's not too bad. This though, what's the opacity on my little filter? I actually want it to be higher, like this. Yeah, this is good. I love all the different styles too. So good. And there's some serious superstars here. Just like this. Like random ways of switching up where all of a sudden now it says guns, his little airsoft guns, are bananas that shoot banana slices for no reason. Just random tangent of imagination. So good. Oh, look at that. I've actually seen that Conti model for sale on Amazon. And very, very expensive, by the way. I wanted it, but no way. See, that's the thing, is being a huge Fully Cooley fan, it is so tough to rein in my passion when I see like awesome Fully Cooley merch for sale. Like, oh, thanks Sporting Goods. Thank you, Richards. Oh my gosh, go away. I hate this. I hate that. That totally threw me off my game. Why doesn't the timeline show you where the ads are anymore? Give me one good reason why it doesn't do that. Most baffling of all is when I'll watch something and then I'll go back and then there's an ad. There's an ad that was not there when I watched it the first time. Then I go back, Then there's an ad. Oh, this art style. This looks really familiar, by the way. This art style going on right here with like the crazy boxes and the like cross hatched lines in the background and the facial expressions. This looks. This is gonna be such a specific pull. It looks like an old Flash animator that used to post on albinoblacksheep.com called Zeke Spacey Lizard. I wonder if this is him by another, by like a pen name, by another gnomer or whatever. And it's actually getting hot again. I wanna crank my fan back on. Yeah, this looks really familiar. I feel like this is secretly Zeke Spacey Lizard. I gotta check this guy out. He's just called Jason the. Man. AlbinoBlackSheep.com, by the way, I think that was the first website I ever frequented on the internet. Ever. Like before YouTube, before any of that. It was all about albinoblacksheep.com. I used to go there and watch all the Flash animations and play Flash games all the stinking time. Man, I always forget that Steve Bloom was involved in this. He plays such a big character for such a big voice actor. I mean, I don't know if he was as big back in wait a minute. I don't actually know when Fully Cooley was dubbed. I know it came out in 99, and I discovered it in 05. But as I understand it, Adult Swim had already been playing it for a long time, and that's just the time that I happened upon it. See that one shot that was right there? Very similar to the original, and that's why I'm trying to watch this with like low opacity with the copyright filter on and everything, because some of these shots are so similar to the original. I would be nervous about copyright, like mistaking it for the original. It's crazy how similar some of this stuff is. And hey, check this out. Instead of just rolling on through to the rest of the episode, they added like their own weird little like advertising break, which is cool. They added their own little bumpers and ads and stuff. Like they made their own animated ad for the crappy manga for some reason. And like I said, the art style for the manga is, oh, and that's so cool. The brackets make it like very Adult Swim build. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the manga, the art style's not the problem. It's a little messy sometimes, but for me, it's just the confusion of certain themes and the way that some characters just feel really oversimplified. It's also more edgy. Like the time when Naota flips out and like he accidentally beats up what he thinks is his dad. Like he accidentally hits what he thinks is his dad when it actually turns out to be like a Reploid or whatever it's called from freaking Blade Runner. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. I would pay so much money for that figure right there. Dang it. That's what I was talking about before. Like, as a Fully Cooley fan, like a really big one, it is so tempting to drop hundreds of dollars on Fully Cooley merch. But I just can't. I can't break the bank like that. I can't be forking out hundreds just for like... There were like little teeny tiny like pins for sale that I think they went for like $160 a pop. Really? Just for like a little tiny piece of aluminum that's been smashed into like a recognizable shape. No. That's not what we do. That's not how we vibe. I want to push this up, by the way. This monitor here. I keep forgetting that my monitors even do that. There we go. That looks better for a stream when I'm like looking up. By the way, check this out. Musical Mechanica. So not only did they reanimate episode 5, but there are also all these artists inspired by Fully Cooley who came together to put together like a fan album. And I'm really vibing with it right now, just listening to these little samples right here. And the ad is totally sick too. I love the way this is advertised. Yeah, Musical Mechanica. I'm absolutely 100% gonna be checking that out. Says this in the link below. Oh, I'm there. Absolutely. Oh, and we definitely can't play audio for this. I've been meaning to play with like audio filter so we can have audio, but not really, and I just haven't. But no way am I risking copyright when there's all this like music going on. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. I absolutely love that. I'd love to get a game like that that's all like claymation. I bet it's out there somewhere. This style is also really cool. I actually want to go back to that. I like... This is like an art trend that people have picked up on. Shadows that aren't just like the colors but darker. It's like colors in lieu of shade. So you see these these shadows here, they're like blue. And then the shadows on her jacket are like burgundy and auburn and stuff. The shading on her green gun, it's not dark green, it's like more of a teal. I really dig that. I dig that strategy of squeezing more color into a shot. I'm just a sucker for color in general. Really love bright, vibrant, creative color palettes that mix colors in unusual yet pleasing ways. And this is good. Just listening to the audio brings back such like warm, happy memories of being a teenager and being just absolutely like hopelessly chronically addicted to Fully Cooley, like absolutely ravenous for when I would rewatch the whole thing front to back 1 through 6 over and over and over again. Ever since I was 15 years old, I went absolutely nuts for this anime. Yeah, so Steve Bloom is in this and plays like such a tertiary. I like that. I like that, by the way. Let's go back and see that cute little animation, like quirk. As you see, after drowning, she's so full of water that the water goes up into her eyes, and then as she pukes it out, the water drains from her eyes. That's really stylish. Shoot, what was I saying? Oh my gosh, who is that in the background? It's like a furry I didn't notice. I like the faux PSG art style here, but bit of a lost direction here where you're not supposed to know right away that that's like Haruko. She's supposed to be in shadow and then you find out that it's her. You know, episode 5, more than any other episode, carries so much of the DNA that would later be inherited by Studio Trigger with, like, really dramatic foreshortening and, like, really snappy... Just really snappy with, like, the keyframes and the impact frames. It really pops, you know? and very very angular. Not a lot of like smooth or curved lines in some of these shots. And of course, I love that style. That's why I transitioned into being a Trigger fan. While Gainax, it's sad, really. It's sad how Gainax went from being like the guys, like the number one guys. They made Daikon 4 and Evangelion and Fooly Cooly and Gurren Lagann, all these classics, classics, to being just absolutely irrelevant, absolutely nobody. I think they filed for bankruptcy at some point. You look at their old office and it's just like run down and musty and awful. Sad. Really sad to see how they've been absolutely cannibalized by Trigger, and now there's like nothing left of their old glory. They can't do anything. That's why the sequel series, Progressive and Alternative, and grunge and shoegaze, like they didn't involve Gainax at all. I think it was Studio IG or Production IG or whoever. By the way, I noticed Lupin in there. Yeah, and then another Lupin character back in the background. Gotta keep my eye out for like little cameos. Random Crash Bandicoot references, I guess. Man, what was I saying? I don't even remember now. I'm getting too caught up. Oh, that's cool. I love how soft and warm this is. By the way, one of my favorite... I was already talking about how much I love color, right? The use of color in Fooly Cooly is perfect. Actually, absolutely perfect. Everything about it is so thoughtful and deliberate and enchanting, really. Like, it has a lot of this. Just not this art style, but this art style blended with the classic Fooly Cooly, like, color palette is so soft and warm and inviting. Really good job. Stefan Tantana, you did good work. Gotta keep your eye out for the bottom left corner for all the credits, because these guys popped off. All of them. Now I'm getting chilly again. I gotta turn my fan off. That's cool. That's more cell shading. You know, I'm a sucker for cell shading. I like the all-white background as it sets in that Amuro is just screwed. The crazy disparate art styles are also just so in the spirit of Fooly Cooly. For anyone who doesn't know, Fooly Cooly was equal parts, like, you know, new original story, but also like a testing ground for different animation styles. Oh, that was good. Okay. What is going on in this shot? Why is Amuro dressed like that? Why is Haruko smoking za? That was one of the things that bothered me about the manga, by the way, was Haruko smoking when Mamimi's the one who smokes, and that's clearly part of her character. Like, she's all strung up in vices to cope with how unsatisfied she is with life. So I felt like making Haruko also smoke just muddled that theme. But yeah, Fooly Cooly was intended to be a testing ground for new experimental animation styles, and it really pushed the boundaries of the medium. And so seeing that spirit carried on here is very awesome. Very, very awesome. And of course, that's why it makes me so sad to see Fully Coolly Progressive and seeing that pretty much all creativity is from. Oh, I like that. For being such a short shot, it had really like satisfying and like really, what's the word I'm looking for? It just had a lot of personality crammed into such a brief little animation bit. Oh, this is really good too. Pietra. So I gotta remember the names of some of these animators because that was really cool looking. Oh, this animation style. Oh, great. Thanks. Thanks. That was kind of a big moment, but I guess we gotta hear about jewelry right now. Thanks for the stupid ad. Oh my gosh, this drives me nuts. Just shut up already. Man, I need YouTube Premium if I'm gonna watch YouTube videos on here. I'm just too cheap, I guess. I mean, after dropping so much dough on, Bahamut over there and then all this new gear, I'm a little strapped for cash right now. Not to be an e-beggar at all. Not at all. I mean, we're not even monetized yet. Just, no. I only say that to let you know that's why things are the way that they are. That's all that is. I never want to be an e-beggar. So I'm sorry. I shouldn't even said anything about that. Never feel pressured to support me. I'll ask politely, but you don't have to do anything, give me anything. I don't know what to say. I just don't want to sound like a beggar, It's honestly even embarrassing a little just talking about money on stream. You ain't gotta hear about that. I shouldn't have said anything. Very bold, by the way. Very, very bold of the animators to tackle this episode out of all of them. Because episode 5 is Fully Coolly as a whole is famous for its animation. Episode 5 has the most exemplary animation. Oh man, I'm loving this. Oh, that effect is cool. It reminds me of something from Promare, actually. Man, speaking of expensive buys, that... Oh, this is cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's animated really well, too, the way everything breaks. Aw, oh, man. Oh. So sick. Let me rewatch that. Hold on. Oh, hey, Jaren. Hey, man. Oh, when did you get here? Yeah, we just been checking out Fully Coolly Reanimated. It's freaking sick. Look at this. Look at this right here. Bam. So sick. Oh, that's cool. I like this. The very flat coloring over simple 3D models. This reminds me so much of doesn't this remind you of Okami? So awesome. Can't wait to see what they do with newer cell shading technology with the new Okami. It's going to be sick. If it actually looks the way it does with the trailer, that's going to be awesome. Oh, it's like, oh, there we go. So sick. Do I still remember all the lyrics? I got the wrong verse. So Sponge paride out Burasagate Sniper Uta Sonoyakawa Kakusa Nakutate Inda. You know, I don't remember that quite. I don't remember the pronunciation on that, but whatever. Right on, shooting star. Corona Koede. Sandanju Yonuani. I don't even know what the lyrics actually mean. As far as I know, they're like nonsense, like Pride of the Sponge, Grunge of the Lobster. It's just like nonsense. So I just memorized like the lyrics phonetically. Revenge in la booster, Ikitsurete, Sniper, Shidota, Sonosakai ni Aniga ni Rutayunda, Raumai, Sawarataina. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Not more. That is super cool looking. Oh man, I need that as like a wallpaper. I love the crazy colors going on. Love how dirty and messy it is. And this is cute. This is very cute right here. The little miniature rocking around. This actually reminds me of the end credits for Fully Cooley Alternative, with the little paper art version of the main character rocking around town. Oh man, and I gotta check out all these covers of remixes and stuff. Yeah, in addition to Fully Cooley Reanimated, oh kitty. Oh man, that was good. Okay, next. For being fans, inspiring fans from the Fully Cooley Reanimated team. Oh man, that was sick. And yeah, down in the description, they've got a link to like Musical Mechanica Volumes 1 and 2 compilation albums. I gotta check that out. But yeah, super sick. Like everybody who's an animation fan, everybody's a Fully Cooley fan, gotta go and check these guys out and support them. Fully Cooley Reanimated from the channel Fully Cooley Reanimated. I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe to these guys. Really excellent. And I can't believe I only heard about this just yesterday. It's sad, really, because I mean, Darren, if I had known, I would have told you and seen if you could have gotten in on that project, because that would have been sick. Man. Oh, that was so good. I'm glad you showed up, because I actually need to talk to you about something. Like, I lured you in with the promise of Fully Cooley Reanimated, and we did watch it, and it was awesome. But I actually needed to talk to you about something. So I've been very upsetty spaghetti in the past week because guess what? I broke my external hard drive. It's busted. It's straight up cooked. And it's upsetting to me because it had all of the videos that you and I recorded together. I thought I had them backed up. I thought for sure that I backed them up. Turns out I didn't, and very, very sad about that. That was a big, big bummer. So I was just going to ask if you still have those videos saved somewhere, because I'm really missing them. I got a new external hard drive now. Check this out. Bam. This little dude right here, 2 terabytes. Now, that's what I call living in the future. Like, once upon a time, I could not imagine 2 terabytes fitting on a little guy that literally fits in the palm of my hand. And it's not even really that much bigger than the hard drive that's in my computer. It's just got, I guess the extra size is just from the protective casing. But yeah, honestly, so the old external hard drive that I had, I want to say I do have a lot of them. I'm just gonna find them on my external. Yeah, so. Public service announcement: if you've got an external hard drive that's SSD, or really any SSD at all, any spinning media, and just stop. Don't. Get with the times. Save your money and get one of these, because SSDs, I am so over them. I am so done with that crap. It's because that SSD that I had, that was a gift from my parents, and I really appreciated it. I appreciated it. I got a lot of use out of it, but then that's kind of the problem, isn't it? Like, it's a double-edged sword. I relied on this hard drive to store so much information, knowing how fragile it was. That's the way it is with SSDs. It's like any bump, even like the slightest jar, and it's just cooked beyond cooked. Like, more well done than well done. Those files, I've tried. I've looked up guides online. They are not coming back. Ever. They are gone. Gone. I backed up most things. But not everything. And you don't realize what you don't have backed up until it's too late. So, very, very sad. I mean, it had all those videos of us just cracking each other up, riffing on crappy superhero movies and martial arts movies and stuff, and Torque. Very fond memories of watching Torque with you. So, yeah, as much as I appreciated the external hard drive that my parents got me for, like, Christmas or my birthday or whatever, I don't even remember anymore. As soon as I learned that it was an SSD, as soon as I learned that it had, like, spinning parts and it rolled around and made noise and stuff, that should have been my clue to be like, I should not rely on this. I should just save up money and get a proper SSD, no matter how expensive it was. And I'm not even sure if there were 2 terabyte external no, not SSD. I got it mixed up. SSD is solid state drive. This is HDD. You know, old school spin to win style hard drive. I got that mixed up. Yeah. So I'm trying to get away from that. Trying to never ever touch anything that spins ever again, because it's just not reliable. It's not. That's why I'm glad I got this. I talked about this earlier in the stream. Check this guy out. Bam. This is the replacement for the VHS to DVD converter that I was rocking before. Where did I put that? It's buried over here somewhere. My bed is a wreck right now with all sorts of stuff. Where's the little dangulator? It should be right over here. whatever. Maybe I pitched it. Oh, it's just right over here. Yeah, we were rocking this for a while. The little HT Homes Tech piece of crap, irredeemable monstrosity. This is useless without the accompanying software. And the software is on an old hard drive that doesn't have drivers for my keyboard or my mouse, so even if I boot from the old hard drive, I can't interact with anything. I tried to download drivers to the old hard drives, it didn't work. I tried downloading an encoder to the new hard drive to just use the new hard drive, and it didn't work. So this is just kaput. And so now I've got this new thing where, like, first off, big party trick right here is it has its own freaking screen on it. Very sick. Like, look at that. Peanuts. So I can watch my old VHS tapes on this. And the VCR can totally freak out because it's old and busted. But beyond that, looky here. I can record stuff directly to USB. No clumsy nonsense DVD-Rs to worry about. So that's kaput. And now that's got me thinking, now that I've got this, I'm kind of in the market for old VHS tapes again. I should see what I can get and copy to USB. So that's pretty sick. And the VSR is freaking out. It's saying it's got a tape inside one. It's just like, no, knock it off. But another thing, the other stuff I was showing off earlier in the stream, if this thing would let go, finally got frames for some of my autographs. I mean, these are just basic bitch frames from Walmart, but that's kind of how I like it. I like simple, not overly decorated frames. These are going to be going on my shelves soon. I'll find a way to squeeze the Quantum Ranger in with my other Power Ranger stuff, and then I've got a Dante figure coming in, and then I'll be able to build my Devil May Cry cube. And that'll have Virgil and Nero, and I really got to get Ruben Langdon to sign one of these. I'm not sure which one. No. Ooh. Oh, stop it. Knock it off. Stay. It's got to be either the HD collection I have for PS4, or it's got to be the DMC5 soundtrack to go with, Johnny Young Bosch and Dan Southworth. And another part of the display is probably going to be this. Check it out. Devil May Cry demo disc. This was my first exposure to Devil May Cry back when my Uncle Mike, God rest his soul, I watched him play it, and my first and most enduring memory of Devil May Cry was him going up to one of the cursed doors and seeing the hand reach out and try to grab him. I thought that was just like the coolest thing ever. And then much later, I saw X-Play review Devil May Cry 3, and they were impressed by it. And so I resolved to pick it up. And it wasn't until much, much later that I connected the dots and realized that the game I watched my Uncle Mike play was the same game that I was playing. So, yeah, I saw this demo disc. Where did I get this? There's no way this is his disc, right? I didn't get this from him. I don't remember where I got this disc, but whatever. I got some other new gear. Pretty soon I'm finally going to have a new camera, and new mic with a proper microphone arm. So that's going to be cool. Finally got up the production quality to be something that I can actually be proud of. Another trip that I went for a saw. That's so cool because, like, that's like the most locked door ever, right? It goes like in the complete opposite direction from being like a form of escape, a way out of your situation, to being another hazard that you have to worry about. That's like the ultimate locked door. But here's the other thing that I was showing off earlier. Like, this is the big one right here. You ready for this? Are you ready? Oh, nope. Hold on a second. Move the camera. I don't want you to see this until I'm ready. Although you already did kind of see it, so... I wonder if you can guess what it is. Just based on that little glimpse. Okay. The ultimate locked door, Silent Hill 4, The Room. Well, yeah, that's true, I guess. I don't really know too much about The Room. I actually think I did pick it up as, like, one of the games left behind by my late Uncle Mike, so I gotta check it out. Because I've heard differing things about it. Like, some people say it rocks, some people say it sucks. I always thought it would be cool if there was a Silent Hill Pink Floyd crossover where it's called like Silent Hill 5 The Wall. Because, I mean, we watched that movie together and it felt in many ways like a trip to Silent Hill. Where the guy's just trapped in his own head. Fighting his demons. Okay, here we go. You ready? That's right. I finally got that Bahamut figure I was looking for. I've had my eye on this dude for a long time. And he's not quite everything that I hoped for. I actually wanted him smaller, so he could fit on these shelves here. I really wanted to build like a Final Fantasy X cube. But there's like no way. This wingspan, he would take up, check this out. He would take up 2 of these cubes. Ain't no way. So he's just kind of chilling out over here on top. And he showed up to me kind of dirty. I mean, if I recall correctly, the seller kind of warned me that there was going to be some dust, but I think he really undersold it. This guy desperately needed a bath as soon as I got him. And, yeah, he's got something going on here. I don't know what's up with that. I hope that's super glue. Other thing that bothers me is that the wings, no articulation at all. I thought they had articulation, but maybe that was a different model that I was looking at, and I got the two confused. And I can see why it has no articulation, because the little Buddhist halo hooks into the wings here. But then I just asked myself, why couldn't they just have like a single transparent plastic spoke come out of the center and attach it to his spine instead of attaching to the wings? Not very clever engineering there. Overall, the articulation isn't a lot to write home about, and also the way it's just so top heavy and back heavy. Even getting him to stand up with the stand is kind of a challenge. Like, I gotta manipulate his legs to get him to like to actually stand proper and not just lurch forward. That's kind of his natural state. And I think the tail is actually coming apart. Let me fix that. Best I can. Yep. Getting the tail parts to snap together. Well, that's an embellishment. There is no snapping action. You just kind of mush them together. And have the tension of the plastic just kind of holds it in. So yeah, he's over there. He's flanked by the the Final Fantasy X soundtrack to his right, and then my signed copy of FF10 for the PS2 Greatest Hits version from James Arnold Taylor to his left. Just kind of power stancing, man. You could really use some effects pieces, though. You remember that magazine? That figure from a magazine a long time ago? You know what? I think I do too. I don't remember exactly where. Or maybe it wasn't a magazine. Maybe it was a strategy guide. I don't remember. Yeah. But here's the other thing about this that trips me out is... Like, first off, this still looks really cool. Like, I'm not going to talk too much smack about him. But the colors, not quite what I was looking for. And to show you what I mean, like, this is more what I was expecting. I still got the box here. Look at the back of the box. Now, wouldn't you say the one on the box is way more vibrant? Like, this is like a navy blue. This is a midnight blue. This is crimson. This is more like burgundy. And then this is like a bright gold. This is more of a pale gold. I don't know about that. I know that this has been used, so it's been weathered a little bit. But, I mean, if it's weathered, don't you think that would make the colors more pale instead of making them darker? It's a little backwards. So, not quite as vibrant as I would have liked, but, you know, still pretty good. Still glad to have him. I mean, it was hard enough just finding a Bahamut that had all his pieces. A lot of them had, like, huge chunks missing that they'd been all freaking chopped up like Raiden and sold for $20. Yeah. And I knew I wanted this one specifically. You can see on the box they had other ones for sale. They had the Iron Giant, which does look really cool. The Varuna enemy type, which also looks really cool. It's close to looking like a Zonoid. It's just a little too zany to be a Zonoid. There's Anima, which Anima I actually saw at like a collector's convention, and it was cool. But I really wanted Bahamut. Like, looking at that just like reignited the flame in me that said I gotta have this one day. And there's Ultimate Weapon. I don't remember Ultimate Weapon being freaking silver and pink. And then you had Jimbo and Seymour Natus was another one. And then the 1/6 scale figures collection series. I was really tempted to get Arin. And I mean, if I want to build a Final Fantasy X cube, maybe I should just go ahead and spring for a more modest figure. And this is all this is. They're advertising the paperback Brady Games strategy guide. Yeah, I don't know if I want to keep the box. It is a collector's item, so I probably should. But it's such a big honkin' box. Like, when it actually showed up at first, I had no idea what it was. I was not expecting it to be so huge. Alright, let me go ahead and push this down. But then again, maybe not. I mean, those models are really expensive. Like in Bahamut's case, I just wanted him so bad that I went ahead and took the hit, but I don't know. If I was going to pick up another model, it would probably be an Arin figure. Because looking at Bahamut here, I'm already kind of lamenting how dusty this guy's going to get with all these little nooks and crannies and surfaces on him. With Lulu, it would be like just as bad, if not worse, with all the little belt buckles and stuff. And by the way, in my hunt for a potential Lulu figure, like, you gotta watch out, because there's some freaky ones out there. Fans come out with some crazy stuff. Crazy Lulu merch out there. But I figured either Lulu or Auron, because Auron's just the best. I think he's actually the coolest Final Fantasy character, period, bar none. Absolute best. Every time I think about how awesome Auron is, I just think about how much I lament the fact that's like the only voice acting role that guy did, if I recall correctly. Hold on. Well, let me go to IMDb. As crap as that website is, I feel like this website's got some issues, especially when it comes to the mobile app. Like, my phone came with the IMDb app for free. Useless. Absolutely useless. Can't look for anything. Okay, but Final Fantasy X. Matt McKenzie. Man, this guy just looks like an absolute Chad. He's a freaking badass. Okay, let's see what he did. Oh no, he did some more voice acting. He played a role in Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. Now, not that I would remember, because who remembers The Spirits Within? Beyond the obvious, immense, overwhelming, devastating level of disappointment, because, like, how's this Final Fantasy? Where's the Chuckbows? Where's the Cactars? Where's the Tomberries? Like, where are the Moogles? Why is this just like a sad, depressing sci-fi movie? Why is this called Final Fantasy? Anyway. Yeah, this guy should have been huge. And yet, a lot of it, he just seems like he plays so many bit parts. He plays one of the assassins in Tekken Concrete. Alright. I didn't pick up on that. I know we watched that together. I didn't notice that. I would have thought that I would have. The Animatrix Beyond. What the hell is that? Oh, it's just like, that's the name of a short within the Animatrix. It's the one where they go to so one with the girl and those kids, and they go to like, it's an old abandoned apartment complex, and it's got all sorts of glitches, and like, it's super cool and enchanting, and it shows how the Matrix can kind of be beautiful, but as long as it's in the control of the machines, it will always just be this corrupt, like, controlling prison of the mind that's bereft of all soul and beauty and such. Like, they have all this fun playing with all these different glitches, and then the machines just patch them out. Yeah. Sounds like Blizzard. Oh, and he also played an agent in the World Record segment. See, he was in Ninja Scroll. The Animatrix, again, the detective story where it's all like film noir and stuff. Something I've never heard of called The Ghost. And then lots of just little like bit parts and like live action stuff. Additional voices in the animated Spawn TV series. Okay. I get that. But, like, still, nothing huge. Oh, it was a TV miniseries based on Tekken Man Blade, where he played a part. Dragon Slayer. Did we ever watch this? No. No, we did not. Yeah, I don't know. This guy is just so talented. I feel like he should have blown up after Final Fantasy X. But not really. And that's a real bummer, because you and I both remember, like, he has just such a strong, resounding voice. And this was something cute that I just picked up on. Again, this was something that I saw just yesterday. So hold on a second. Let me get my headphones back on. It was just this little fan animation where it's like, what if Megas XLR was a combining robot? A mainstay in the lineup. See, I had the opposite issue where he was so powerful that I couldn't use him. Like, he was the one guy who was strong enough to, like, not even really need the sphere grids, even if you're like a basic level player. So I felt like, oh, I like this cover of the Chicks Dig Giant Robots theme, by the way. Oh, that's sick. Very... You might be noticing that there's a lot of Gao Gai Gar, especially that right there. The way that the back part locks into place, and it's got a little bounce to it. Like, and as if the inspiration isn't obvious already, like, get ready for this, right? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, the references. Like, beat for beat, man. And then there's even... Hold on a second. Yeah, there's a side-by-side. We gotta check this out. After Taco Bell tries to get me to eat their nasty, awful freaking swill... Okay, let's try that again. Oh, this is actually like a combination of a bunch of different stuff. Combatler V. I think these are like all from the Brave series. Well, not that one. Goldran. One of the I saw like an exhibition of like different toys based on the Brave series. Goldran is like the most ostentatious mecha ever, where it's just gold, gold, gold. Absolutely gaudy. Yep, there you go. There's your Gao Gai Gar right there. Yeah, he does the little fist move. And then this right here. Look at that. That's sick. That's freaking sick. I actually have the whole Megas XLR series bought off of, get this, iTunes. They had I think it's 2 seasons. They have both seasons on iTunes, and I bought them. Like, what a place to find them, eh? Of course, I was gonna find some like obscure digital distribution of this old ass cartoon on this old ass service that a lot of people don't even use anymore. People still think that iTunes is gone. A lot of people just assume that it's dead, that it got shut down at some point. No. No. I just bought new music off iTunes yesterday. It's still right there, still accepting payment, hasn't gone anywhere, and you can complain about it if you want, that it's too expensive and that they don't give artists a big enough cut of the profits, but that's like the best and biggest deposit of pop music around still to this day that you can get legally. So I still buy from them pretty frequently. And it's just easy to use. It's easy to find stuff. The only things you ever bought from iTunes, Mad Max Fury Road. They distributed Fury Road on iTunes. That's nuts. That is so weird. Fury Road is so after the heyday of iTunes. Poet Anderson, Dreamwalker. Huh. Let me go ahead and look that up. Obviously, it's going to be muted for stream, but let me go ahead and check this out real quick. Poet Anderson. Dreamwalker. Oh, is that a movie? The way you formatted it, I assumed it was like a song. Okay, hold on. I actually will go ahead and pull this up. Poet Anderson, the Dreamwalker official trailer. Never heard of this. The way the main character is designed and moves reminds me a lot of like a Gorillaz character. An animated short. Oh, this is really quiet. I'm trying to figure out what time period this is supposed to evoke, because it's like a weird mashup of steampunk and cyberpunk. But then I guess it's about dreams, so it can kind of be a little bit of everything. How did you hear about this? Huh. Lady reminds me of that one girl from Persona 5. Seems okay. I mean, the song they used for that trailer was awful, but other than that. Oh, I forget it was 10. Hold on a second. Let me open that back up. Wow. It really was 10 years ago. October 23rd, 2014. Wow. Looking at this could have come out yesterday. That really threw me off. 10 years ago, fresh out of college. I guess it just popped up in my timeline. And to be fair, I get a lot of stuff like that. Sometimes the algorithm gets it right. Sometimes it hooks onto a classic. But daggone. Yeah, I've been picking up a lot of new music to try and round out my collection. Trying to find new stuff, but for every new thing that I find, I try to go back and delete something else because I don't know why. This is just some strange neurotic quirk of mine, but I am obsessed with of having a number of songs that is a nice even like multiple of 1,000. So right now I'm trying to get my collection to where it's exactly 3,000 songs. I've settled on that. It used to be 5,000 songs, and then I looked at it and then I realized that it wasn't actually 5,000 songs. A lot of them were Final Fantasy VII sound effects that have made their way onto my phone. Like I found a file off of Mega because I wanted to customize all the little sound alerts and stuff on my phone. I should do that for Cross Stage Productions actually. So let's see, what did I recently picked up? I was in a very nostalgic mood, so I picked up "Will You Be There" by Michael Jackson from the Free Willy soundtrack. Which I don't know about you. I don't know if I ever told you this, but like, yeah, Free Willy was big for me when I was like a little kid. I watched that movie over and over and over again. Honestly, I still think it's a classic. Like, first off, just the name Free Willy is so snappy, it's so memorable. In spite of its adult connotations, Free Willy. The other thing is just this image right here of Willie jumping over the rocks and the kid like giving the most epic fist pump that a kid possibly could, like in silhouette with the sunset in front of him. Like, that's iconic. And then the actual song "Will You Be There" by Michael Jackson, like the hook for this has lived rent free in my head since I was like 5 years old. Let's see what else. I picked up the Angry Video Game Nerd theme. Because I actually have a lot of stuff like that. I've got, what's it called? Like, my exposure to, like, internet critic culture as a teenager and a young adult exposed me to a lot of good music. So, I've got, let's see, Countdown to Insanity by H Block X. Oh, no, shut up, did not tell you to do anything. In fact, you're supposed to be muted. Don't freaking play copyrighted music on my stream, you jackass. Countdown to Insanity by H Block X. That was like one obscure channel awesome creator by the name of Sean Faust. That was like his theme. Break Me by the Irresponsibles, that was Spoonie's theme. And he even have his prototype theme that was in like the first few videos he ever made. What was it called? School's in Session. That was a great little pop punk hit. Haven't seen Free Willy in decades? Well, me neither. I mean, I don't own it. That's not something I just pop in. Yeah, but I think there was a time when I had Free Willy 1 and 2 on VHS, and Free Willy 2 came out with the like a little porcelain pendant in the shape of a whale, and I used to wear that. It was actually pretty cool. But to me, the ultimate VHS box is the Indian in the Cupboard, because it came with the reversible cover, where if you pop it out and then turn it around and put it back in, it makes the VHS case look like the cupboard, and then it comes with a little plastic key. That's like the magic key that goes with the magic cupboard. Like, that was sick. I think it even came with the figure of the little guy, the titular Indian. You know, even though they're obviously not Indians in it. Honestly, it still baffles me that they're referred to as Indians to this day, when, like, they're not from India. They're not associated with India at all. They're not Indians. They're Native Americans. But whatever. Gave your brother the DVD of that movie a long time ago. DVD? Of Free Willy? Dang. Well, I guess they'll make DVDs for, like, classic movies. I don't know why I act surprised. Ultra by KMFDM, you know, like, famously featured in the Street Fighter 2 soundtrack, but then, like, my first exposure to it was, you know, when Bennett the Sage from Anime Abandoned, he used it as his theme song for a long time, and I'd still miss it. The Green Greens theme, you know, got me missing Super Best Friends Play. Or This Is True Love Making from the Capcom vs. SNK 2 soundtrack. You know, famously featured as the theme song for Friday Night Fisticuffs. I've got the royalty-free local elevator music, because I Hate Everything uses that as his theme for his videos. Pan Pizza from Rebel Taxi. That guy exposed me to so much awesome music. Everything about, like, his presentation, like his graphic design and his whole soundscape for his channel, I think is just peak. Absolute peak. I absolutely love the way that guy presents himself online. Vega vs. Chun-Li is one of your all-time favorite fights. I guess I never really thought about what like my favorite anime fights are. You would know because you're not into One Piece, but Luffy versus Lucci was really, really sick, because it's, at the time, it was actually really uncommon in One Piece to have just knockdown, drag out brawls between two physical fighters that don't have a lot of gimmicks. A lot of the time, because of how devil fruits are a factor in One Piece, a lot of fights come down to gimmick versus gimmick. And this is one where it was not that almost at all. Like, both fighters had devil fruit powers, but they mostly served to just accentuate their martial arts prowess. So it was a lot of, like, really excellent, really brutal, just fist on face action. Trying to think. You know, it's been too long since I've seen the Cowboy Bebop movie, but I remember the animated fights in those being really good as well. Let me think. Guyver 1 versus Guyver 2 from the OVA was really sick, actually. I like the crazy move where Guyver 2 tries to kick Guyver 1, and then Guyver 1 blocks it, but then Guyver 2 just, like, does this, like, crazy alley-oop over Guyver 1, and then, like, grabs him by the head and flips him over. You know, this is gonna sound ridiculous, but Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt actually had a great fight where it was Panty versus Scanty in the bathroom, and it's like surprisingly like really brutal and exciting and well animated. Let me think. The first ever Jack versus Aku fight was really sick because it had a lot of like really awesome shape shifting from Aku, and it had the sick pulse pounding music in the background. I really ought to try and pick up that track as well. Let's see what else. Huh. I don't know, but those are some of the really sick animated fight scenes that I've seen. Can't wait for that Capcom fight collection. I'm gonna get my Capcom vs. SNK fix again. It hasn't come out yet? There's more than one, yeah. I was pretty sure that there was two, but I thought they both came out. Hold on a second. Oh, hold on. Let me get close to the camera, see if you can hear this. That wasn't really loud. What other music did I pick up recently? I don't remember if I talked to you about this last stream, but I've been really binging those old Groovies from Cartoon Network. I think I did talk to you about this. I just love how like the people behind Cartoon Network clearly had a passion for music, and they appreciated how good animation and good music go hand in hand. And so they use their channel as a platform to promote really, really good music. Even just the little bumps for Adult Swim had really sick, like, chill wave going on. So I picked up... Where is it? Where did I file it? Man, where did I put it? Jabberjaw Running Underwater by Pain. That's really sick. And the little music video that they cooked up to, reimagining the main characters of Jabberjaw as like a ska band. That music video is really good. Also, the one that they came up with for Adamant, it was like this crazy electronic remix of the Adamant theme. And it had this really epic music video that went with it. But I also got this. I got Puke by Bumblefoot. Which, if you didn't know, the instrumental version of that song, which is also called Firebrand, that's the theme for MXC. You know, old school Spike TV. Where are these people running from? They're not. They're running to the world's toughest game show in town, the most extreme elimination challenge. And now, here's your hosts, Kenny Blankenship and Vic Romano. And I was actually recently watching clips from that. I still have seasons 1 and 2 on DVD in my little DVD folder. You know, sometimes I still kick myself for the time when I said to myself, you know, I can save space by just getting rid of these DVD boxes and just putting the discs in a folder, and like some of those are probably collector's items and they would have looked really nice on my shelves. That was back when I wasn't thinking of DVDs and DVD boxes as display pieces. To me, they were just inventory to be stowed away. Of course, then that was back before I realized how much value physical media had, when like I mean, I was just talking about iTunes and how I'm used to just, you know, buying music and then owning it, and I play it however I want. I don't have to pay a stupid subscription fee. Well, guess what? iTunes is still around, but now it's littered with ads for Apple Music because they just want you to switch over to streaming, and I don't stream music at all. I don't like that. I don't like having control. I don't like having to pay a subscription fee. I don't like the idea that any of my music can disappear for any reason. I mean, remember when that like documentary or whatever came out that was about like Michael Jackson, and like it was way after his passing, but it was just more allegations about how Michael Jackson did this or that, and then as a response, like a lot of radio channels and like other music platforms, they pulled Michael Jackson music from their playlists and such, and it's like and I think people who watch a lot of shows and movies on streaming have even more experience with this, where at any time, for any reason, like stuff could just disappear, whether it's licensing issues or changes in like social values or public ethics or whatever. Just anything for any reason, it could all just disappear. So I'd much rather own it. Turn out to be a load of crap. Well, I mean, honestly, true or false? I just thought it was kind of tasteless. Like, why are you bringing this up? He's dead. Like, it's over. So, like, why are you trying to pick a fight with someone who can't even defend himself because he's too busy being in his own grave? Like, just, that seems so messed up to me. Well, whatever. Maybe not talk about that on stream. I don't like talking about too much. Like, I don't like going into too much serious stuff or drama or whatever on the channel. I just like talking. Like, I like for like my experience on my channel to be just like us when we hang out and just talk about nerdy stuff like video games and superheroes and martial arts and all that kind of thing. Pro wrestling, you know. Guy wanted money from the MJ estate. Of course. Like, I thought it was just dumb from the jump, so I didn't even really look into it that much. I don't know how much of a fan you are of Michael Jackson. I'm actually not that big an MJ guy. I only have like a little tiny like little handful of his songs. Like, let me look at this. I got I Want You Back from Jackson 5. And I got Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Rock With You, Beat It, and Thriller. And Thriller is part of my like Halloween trick or treat playlist. That's it. You know, I'm not a big controversial opinion coming through. I'm not a big controversial opinion coming through. I'm not a big MJ guy. I'm not a big Prince guy. I'm not a big David Bowie guy. I've got Moon Age Daydream and nothing else. I'm not a big The Who guy. I'm not a big Rolling Stones guy. I've got some Rolling Stones. And I've got Bob O'Reilly from The Who, and that's it. And I'm not a big Beatles guy. I've just got Hey Jude, and that's it. Like a lot of super popular acts, I'm just don't vibe. I recognize them as being talented. Very, very talented. They're just not my thing. By the way, I'm looking at my stream right now, and like the chat is so off. I really need to go into Stream Elements and fix that, because golly, what I see in the stream preview is so far behind my chat. like my actual chat that I see on my little multi-chat thing right here. I gotta fix that. And I gotta update. Like I gotta finish updating the presentation for this channel, because I was talking about before, like I've got the new overlay that's like, instead of the seafoam green, it's got the violet, but I've still got the old intermission screen. And my Twitch channel as well still got the old logo, the old everything. I gotta fix that as well, because I'm already brainstorming a new brand design. I'm thinking about switching out the violet for orange, and instead of being very 90s inspired, I want it to be very early 2000s inspired, with like flames and tribal patterns and graffiti and stuff. Updates pretty... Yeah. It does update pretty slowly. Not as bad, though, as Roomba's situation. I don't think I've talked about it with you, but I'm a big Roomba fan. This is a guy that just... Again, we were talking about YouTube recommendations. He just kind of randomly popped up in my YouTube recommendations. He was streaming Kingdom Hearts. And he hadn't gotten very far in the first game. And so I hopped on, and I've been following his journey ever since. He's actually almost finished. He's, I think later today he's going to play Kingdom Hearts 0.2, and then he's got to play Kingdom Hearts 3 after that. And I don't know if he's going to play Melody of Memory after that, because he didn't even know about that game. It's the one that comes after 3. That's not even like an action game at all. It's a rhythm game. But it has like a little bit of story in it. Like actual, like, not throwaway story, like, actually pertinent. But yeah, I've been watching him for a while, and he's a lot of fun. But his stream, I feel like the only chat that he sees is the chat that's on screen. But the way his chat is formatted, it pops up in these big blocky text boxes, and he can only fit like 2 of them on screen at a time. So it's very readable and very not readable at the same time. So a lot of times I'll say something and the chat's going too fast, like he doesn't pick up on it. And it happens to all of us. Just because, I don't know, his chat situation could use some work. Still a fan of the guy. Really like him. He's a small time VTuber. Well, I mean, I say small time. He's way bigger than me. He's got... I don't even remember how many subscribers he has on YouTube. Let me click on this. He's got 147. Yeah, that's way bigger than me. I'm not even in the double digits yet. One day. Yeah, and I've been trying to talk him into checking out Devil May Cry as well. He says it's not his thing, but to me, like, if you like Kingdom Hearts, then you should like Devil May Cry, and vice versa. Just based on a gameplay perspective, I find them to be really comparable. Obviously, one's more of a JRPG, and the other one is more of, straight up character action. But I still consider them to be pretty comparable gameplay experiences. And he's mentioned playing Final Fantasy X before, and he said he tried out Final Fantasy VII Remake, but not the original. I'm trying to talk him into doing both of those for his streams, because, oh my gosh, I would sign up for those in a heartbeat. Yeah. Actually, I don't remember. How much of Kingdom Hearts have you played? I played most of them, but like the one that was mobile only, Kingdom Hearts Key, Kingdom Hearts Cross Union, Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, Kingdom Hearts Key Unchained. Like I think those are all the same game, just by different names with like updates and stuff. Like I didn't play any of those. I didn't play Melody of Memory because me and rhythm games don't mix, which I lament very immensely. I would have really liked it if I could have beaten Guitar Man, but when I can't even beat Mojo King B, like not even close, no matter how hard I try, that's just not happening. And so Guitar Man will forever live on in my memory as the best game I will never ever beat. Only played one and stopped after Hercules. I was at the very beginning of Tarzan. What a place to stop, right? Because that's widely considered to be the worst level. Not surprised at all. Because a lot of that level in particular is just like a lot of back and forth. It's a very linear level where pretty much all of the plot happens in the very first area and the very last area, and you just ping pong between those two places. Not very good level design at all. And if you were a fan of the Tarzan movie, you'll be disappointed to hear that there's no Phil Collins. No Phil Collins and no Rosie O'Donnell as a small ape. So, of course, it's a great relief when there were, copyright issues that then prevented Tarzan from being in any future Kingdom Hearts projects. That was actually quite a relief. Turquoise. How do you remember the name of her character? What? Dude, that's crazy. That is a pull. But, I mean, I guess it is a Disney movie. It's got to have fans, right? But when I think Disney, I do not think Tarzan. Tarzan is so... in my opinion, it is so mid in terms of Disney animated movies. Even if you just narrow your focus to the Renaissance, that does not, to me, that does not stack up to Hercules or The Little Mermaid or even Pocahontas. And Hunchback of Notre Dame had its moments. And Mulan. I think Mulan was a good movie, but for whatever reason, when I watched it as a kid, I just didn't gel with it. Same goes with Beauty and the Beast. I just was not interested. In fact, I've never actually watched that movie from beginning to end. Shoot, I was going to say something else. Glenn Keane worked on Tarzan. Prolific animator. Well, the animation was not really, even a thing with Tarzan. Obviously, the animation in Tarzan is great. It's just... I don't know. Just didn't grip me. Didn't grip me, and I'm not a big Phil Collins fan. Animation professor worked on both Mulan and Hunchback. I feel like I've heard you say that before, but it's still impressive. That's cool. Again, animation was never the issue. All those movies look really sick. Man, I was going to say something else, and now I just can't remember at all. No, it's good to be back. It's good to have Twitch working again. It's good that we're not getting losing visibility due to copyrights. The late great Troy Gustafson. Rest in peace, man. But yeah, I don't know if I told you, but you showed up for that stream where we wrapped up the Devil May Cry anime. You can't see it anymore. And the reason why was because I accidentally had the opacity for the screen capture way too high. It was at 75% when it should have been somewhere between 66 and 50%. And then the the copyright filter that I had, the opacity was too low, and so you could just see it way too much. At least I had the audio off, because YouTube doesn't like copyrighted video. It really doesn't like copyrighted audio. It will really mess you up for that. I've been meaning to mess with like filter options so we can have audio but not really, and just haven't gotten around to it. Just because it's been really rough lately on body and mind. I still got a bit of the rasp in my voice, and work's been tough, and unfortunately it's gonna keep being tough for the next 1, 2, 3, about 3 months. So the big like summer of Cross Age productions that I was planning last year and was really hoping for again this year, it's still not happening. But hey, maybe third time will be the charm. I'm gonna try and give myself some more free time next year to work on the channel, work on editing videos and all that kind of thing. Man, I really wish I could remember what I was going to say. If I scroll through chat, I'll remember. There's got to be something about Kingdom Hearts. You gotta go and get some lunch? Well, I mean, hey, good timing, because we were actually gonna wrap up stream right about now, because I predicted that the stream was only gonna be like 2 hours tops. It's actually 3 hours now, and that's a good length. So I think I'll call it now. Plan for now is to stream again on April 4th, and maybe that will be the painting stream that I've been planning on doing. I gotta find for my tray for my paints and clean it up though, and fetch all my stamps and make sure it's going to go the way that I want it to go. So April 4th, same time as usual, 1 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time, but always, as always, subjects change. You never know what's going to happen. So if you want to keep up, best way to do it is to just stay in touch with all my little socials down here, especially Twitter, just because that's the easiest one to manage, really. I try to keep up with all of them, but sometimes it can be difficult. Sometimes I don't have the time or the energy or even really the inclination. But it's easy on Twitter. So if you had to pick one of these to follow, that would probably be it. And as always, thanks for tuning in. All of your support is appreciated. We love it. If you could leave a like on this video, that would be appreciated. A subscription even more so. Feel free to leave comments. Think about what you thought about the One Piece episode, or Fully Coolly Reanimated. You could talk about your favorite animated fight scenes. Like anything, really. And all your support is appreciated, because every like and every comment and every subscription, that helps push us on to bigger and better things. But for now, y'all have a good night. I'll see you later.